Welcome back to another video. I'm going to show you exactly what I carry on my day-to-day bag. It's the Veto XXL Blackout. Let's get into it. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown on what I carry in my plumbing day-to-day tool bag. So we've got a nice light from Olight, which is magnetic onto the top side of this V-swap panel, which keeps it out the way of clipping it to the side of the bag. In the stretchy pockets, I've got some drill bits. These are just my mainly used ones, so I'm going to keep them up out the way. And in the left-hand side, we've got the Wearer Joker XXL with a Pipe Vice Amigo Slim tucked in the front of him. So if I want to hold any big valves, these two spanners get used. On the little small side pocket, I got a small terminal screwdriver from Wearer. He normally gets used as a jabbing screwdriver. I have an olive puller and a little micro, I think this is the XS Wearer Joker, with my radiator key. Now I don't really like carrying the big keys with the ratchet. It's just one extra heavy tool to have in your bag. What I would do is just use this tail end, and then I'll just go ahead and use my jokers just to wind them in. I find that works more and more better for me rather than carrying an extra tool. So one main screwdriver I carry is this Wearer. It's called an ATRA, and it's a PZ2 this side, and you pull the shaft up and it's a PZ1. So they're just my main two bits that I carry. So I thought instead of having loads of different bits to lose, 10 times easier for me just to carry one screwdriver with two of my main bits. And the only other screwdriver I carry is a chisel driver from Wearer. This is a 7mm flat bit. He basically does everything from undoing screws to lifting floorboards and hitting bricks. So the two main jokers that I use on a day-to-day basis is the XL version and the L. So the L I mainly use for radiator tails. It does 16 to 19mm, which is really handy, and the XL version is what I mainly use on 15mm compressions because it does 19 to 24. So that will cover some of the cheap compression fittings are actually smaller than 24mm. It's generally just a 23, so this size takes up all that slack. And then on the right hand side, I got a 250 pair of Nipex Cobras. Of that row, I have a Bosch Go 3 electric screwdriver. Now this is something which I've been trying to use for a while. It's okay, but it works off like a push down action. So you push it down and it comes on. You have to get used to the torque setting, because if you get this wrong, it will actually try and twist inside your hand. It does have an incredible amount of torque for a tiny little screwdriver, but it does help you, like when you're taking off bath panels, you can take off your boiler screws, anything like that. It just makes things 10 times quicker. My main plastic cutter is a Monument adjustable cutter. This will basically do from overflow pipe all the way up to 1.5 inches. It gives a nice clean cut, ratchet action. It's just an easy way of cutting waste pipe without dealing with a load of burrs. On the right hand side, I carry a half rounded file with a chisel and a metal pry bar. So this is for my lifting floors, getting nails out. I don't really like trying to fit full-size hammers. This is the reason why I carry a Thor hammer. It's got a, I think that's like a walnut on the right hand side, and it's copper faced on the left. So if you want to hit some valves, you won't scratch it as much as what you would normally do with a normal hammer. Tucked a bit in front of that is my olive cutter. So if I've got some olives that are a bit stubborn, I can use my olive cutter from Monument, and that would take off the olives straight away. And I have two Veto 6-inch spanners. That's the normal size, and then this one is a half jaw. So compression seems to be getting really sparse on material, and it's hard to grip sometimes, so you need a half size spanner. Left hand side of him is a 16mm ratchet Wearer Joker open-ended spanner. This gets used for radiator tails, works really well for that. I'll just tuck him down here. And then we have a 23 and a 24mm single spanner. Now the 23mm is standard, but I've actually cut down the 24mm just to make it slimmer in profile to fit in tight spaces, especially if you have like a hot and a cold with an isolator either side. It's easier to tuck him in between each one. My main grips that I choose to use most of the time is a 180 Knipex. This is the plier wrench, so it's smooth flat face jaws, and a 180 Cobra. I find that this size is perfect for me. I got smaller hands and they just fit better, especially when I'm closing my wrist up. So in this front pocket, which is what I like to gain access really fast, is my rigid 2-in-1 pipe slice. This is 2 slices in one. You pull the lever back and the insert pops out for 22mm, and when you want to do 15, it drops back down. So it's much easier carrying just 1 slice rather than 2. And then I have a rigid deburring tool, which I do myself need to get used to using a lot more often. Tucked in the front of him is my Monument plastic pipe deburrer. It's really good for deburring plastic pipes from overflow to 2-inch. So it's a really good addition while using your plastic cutters, and you can ream the inside and the outside of the pipe using that. The pencils that I use are from Pika. I just find that these are much better quality than the tracers and much more nicer to use with a full-size Sharpie. Moving to the left-hand side of the bag, I got an O-Clip Pro with a Kinetic Customs BX1 Reaper Stanley blade. Really nice, high-quality Stanley, smooth action, just a beautiful tool. We've got a Milwaukee pipe reamer and another Sharpie on this side. On my tape clip, I carry a Stanley 3mm. I find that this size is the perfect size for me for my hand, as well as making it nice and comfortable to use. I don't really use much more than 3 meter length, so I think that's more than enough. And then with the big zip up pocket, I got my Franklin Sensors boat level. I've seen him on the recent jobs. You push the button and he changes LED going from to show how level the level is. Tucked in the top pocket is a little pocket stabila boat level, which works really nice. And then in the side pocket, I keep a small set of Wera Allen keys. Now these are cut down from the full size version. I don't really use anything more than a 5mm, so I just cut this side off with a Stanley blade, and then it allows me to have a nice compact Allen key set. In the final right hand side pocket, the Velcro is nice and stiff on here. I've got a stud buddy and a stubby Wera compact screwdriver. I really like this one because it keeps all the bits that I need in here, being a super compact ratchet action size. So he just gets tucked in there, and in the full size pocket I carry my fluctuator, so that one's filled with jointing compound, as well as a Knipex junior hacksaw, which slides in the pocket right in the side. So that was an updated run round of my general day-to-day plumbing bag. It's a Veto TP XXL Blackout version. Like I said, I really like the front and how it's laid out. The 2 sides, which is nice. Some zip out big side pockets, which can hold like your levels and stuff like that. The front section is one of my favourites. It's got lots of pockets to hide those tools that you just want to get out of the way, as well as a flip up panel with an additional zip pouch here. I like it that it goes down and back up over the top. It doesn't fold completely forward, so you've got something else to get in your way. I can back this up against a wall or a corner and know that all my tools are ready available straight from the front. So if you liked today's video, please give it a like. Comment down below, tell me exactly what you're carrying. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you on the next one.